Yo, what's going on, y'all, man? This is Treat Culture Sports Talk Radio, man.
Woo, woo, woo.
We in the building.
Facts.
We got to speak your name, who you is, are both our co-hosts.
Matt the Dawn, you already know. The Neff in the building.
Facts. Where they can find you at? Put your social media, do something. Like, how the people gonna reach you out, man?
That's it, right, yo. My Instagram is Born Sinner. You feel me?
Facts. And we got our co-host over here, Ace Lombardi, the sports genius. Was good, Ace?
We here, baby. You know it. Draft time. I'm excited. Let's talk. Let's talk.
And I'm your boy Shooter, man. Y'all know how I do, man. We talking NFL draft. We talking teams. We talking prospects. We talking who gonna go where and what's gonna do what. Set it off.
First thing I want to talk about is Sanders. Your boy Shedeur Sanders.
Okay.
I've been paying attention to him since for a little minute, and I thought he would have been top 3 coming into the draft, no doubt about it, no question about it. But if you pay attention to a lot of articles out right now, a lot of the things that they have negative to say is really about his character, him being full of himself, him being too cocky, him feeling like he's the best shit since applesauce. Pardon my French. And now, when you look at the mock draft and you look at the rankings, he's below 10. He's not even top 10 in the NFL draft anywhere right now. And I just think that's a shocker, man. He had a duo, him and Travis Scott. They threw for each other on a pro day. They both showed what they can do together, and that still didn't put an impact on where Sanders landed in the draft.
I mean, given everything is just a mock draft. It's all
sure.
analysts' opinion. We don't know what franchise owners and GMs, we really don't know what their mindset is. We really don't know who they picking. Everything right now is speculation. He could go top 5 based on the top 5 teams if they're looking for a quarterback. But what I can say is this. There is a lot of teams that need a quarterback.
For sure.
Whether they are restarting over or whether they just looking for some new blood or whether they have a quarterback but they looking for a backup future quarterback 2-3 years from down the line to learn from a pro. There's a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL a lot of teams in the NFL, that need a quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't worry about the mocks, bro. Mocks are not always right. So if it's up to me, I got him going 9.
You got him going 9?
To the Saints.
Okay.
To New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Okay.
He's not going to go to Pittsburgh. He going to go to, in the draft, I got him going 9.
Yeah, my boy Billy swear he going to Pittsburgh. Forget that, Billy. He ain't going to Pittsburgh.
And then it's too many quarterbacks in the draft.
All right, so being that we don't want to go off a mock, let's just throw out the top 5 teams, right? And let's basically say
drafted. You talking about the top 5 draft?
No, the
teams
actual
that's
teams.
picking?
Yeah, the teams that's picking. Let's go on the top 5 teams that they got on ESPN NFL Draft. The top 5 teams. Let's basically say what we think that they need as far as in a draft, whether it's a quarterback or offensive lineman, or what do we think that they need?
Okay.
So for number 1 right now, we have the Tennessee Titans. ESPN has the Tennessee Titans going number 1 overall.
I definitely think they need a quarterback. I probably can't tell you the rest of the teams what exactly they need, but I can definitely tell you what I think if they need a quarterback or not. And I think the Tennessee Titans definitely gonna draft a quarterback.
For sure.
I don't know if it's gonna be Shakur or Cam Ward, but it's gonna be a quarterback. In my opinion.
100%. I agree. They got Cam Ward going number 1. I agree with that 100%. Cam Ward, Tennessee Titans. It's going to be a good matchup. Cam Ward, statistically this year, was breaking records for Miami, doing amazing things. There was a little controversial thing that happened, I'm not too sure about, where they were supposed to go to the bowl, but they didn't go to the bowl. Another team went on top of them. But regardless of what, he still performed immaculate, and he's a star. I think for the quarterback, him going to the Titans is going to be a good fit with some young new talent.
Leo is a sweet, bro. I got Cam Ward going 1D.
Yeah.
So it's automatic, you know. When you look at the Titans, they don't need right now. They don't have a good quarterback situation. They don't need a running back. They got receivers. So they need a quarterback. Cam Ward.
Facts.
Number 2, they got the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns need a quarterback though.
Facts.
Cleveland Browns need a quarterback.
They
they're in the AFC North. Their defense is not trash. They got a great defense, and they just signed back Myles Garrett. You know what I mean? And their defense always been good. The problem with the Browns is that their defense end up on the field more than their offense. So eventually they tire out. If they get them a good quarterback that their offense can stay on the field a little more, they will be able to compete in the AFC North. Real rap.
I agree. I definitely do think they need a quarterback for sure. But listen, when you sign a multi-million-dollar contract with an NFL athlete and you arguably at one point in time made him the highest paid quarterback in the league, that's not just a contract you're going to say, all right, I got to go sign a quarterback. You're going to have to thug it out with him for a little piece. You give him hundreds of millions.
Sure. They thugged it out with Deshaun Watson. His reign is over. That shit is done. They at some point they gotta wash their hands with that and move on. Whether they gotta take the L money wise, I mean, what best way to take the L than to sign a rookie quarterback that you ain't gotta give him no max money. You got him under the radar, and you look at the other teams that did it. Look at Brock Purdy. Why do you think the 49ers was able to sign for all these years?
You're right.
McCaffrey, Debo. They just gave the other receiver all that money.
$127 million.
All of that happened because they had a quarterback on rookie contract that ended up being something special that they didn't have to pay. Now look at what's going on. Now they gotta pay him. Now they going through all types of
shit. Yeah, they had to drop Debo. Yeah,
because they're not gonna pay him. He done took him to the bowl, my nigga.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I mean, I think the Browns need a quarterback.
Yeah. I think they need a QB. I don't think they're going to take a QB.
For sure, they not.
But I think they need a QB. I think they're probably going to run with Genty.
I think Genty, ooh. I think they're going with Travis. Honestly, I think, one, he's going to go 1, 2, or 3 regardless. But I feel like any team would be out of their mind to pass up on arguably the best college athlete we've seen in ages on both sides of the ball. He won the Heisman. I mean, his talent speaks for himself. So I feel like if you have the opportunity to take him as a rookie, why pass up on him?
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't. I wouldn't take a running back over him. I wouldn't take a DB over him. If it was a quarterback, I might take a quarterback over him depending on where I'm at in terms of my franchise. But any smart franchise is taking Travis Hunter out of the gate.
I'm rocking with Genty. I got Travis going third.
Okay, who's the third pick now? Cleveland Browns is number 2. Who's number 3?
The Giants, the New York Giants. They need a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, with it, man.
Shoot. They need a quarterback. I mean, they got, a decent receiver holding down the fort right now. I mean, but they can still use some touches on the receiving core. They could use some defensive help, but right now, I think the biggest thing for them, too, would be a quarterback. Honestly, that's what they need. I think Daniel Jones, and then after Daniel Jones, too, they have picked up the white boy, right?
Who?
For the New York. They picked up some white boy in New York. Who you knew they picked up?
They just signed Rusty, and they signed Jameis Winston.
And they did just sign Jameis. You see, they picking up all washed up quarterbacks, they need a quarterback. They need a lot, though. They need a lot. I think anybody they pick up is going to be a help in the draft for them. Honestly.
I think one of the problems with the Giants is their O-line. No matter what quarterback you get, no matter what running back you get, bro, they had Saquon, and look what happened without an O-line. He go right to Philadelphia, and they go to
everything he needs.
No, listen, he go right to Philadelphia and break all type of records. You know why? O-line. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel Jones, he's the backup where in
He just left Minnesota.
Oh
yeah, he's about to say he was on the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm about to say, but wherever he go, I wouldn't be surprised if he looked 5 times better than he looked on the Giants, just because that O-line means a lot for a quarterback, man. No matter how good of a quarterback you think you is, them 2-3 seconds that it take them defensive linemen to get to you is a world of a lifetime of time. You know what I mean? So I think the Giants I think they need some O-line help.
Yeah. Giants need O-line. They need a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But
I tell you
they're going 100 going that way.
Hunter going in. I would say overall, it probably will also come out to the franchise. I don't know if it's the league owners or the coaching staff, but I think on the top side of the Giants, they probably definitely need a major change. A major change so they could allow somebody to come to recreate the team the right way and bring in the right pieces that the Giants need. Because they got the money. I don't think the money the issue. I just think it's the setup on how they run their franchise. But let's move on to number 4, the Patriots. I'll start this one off because I know they got my boy Drake May out there. I mean, I don't think they need a quarterback. I think they got a nice young quarterback who has potential. He might not be the best right now, but he definitely has what it takes to create a founded system there as a quarterback. So I think they could use some more receivers. If they can get some more talent on the offensive side to make him an even better star, because I think every quarterback needs a great receiver to, do what they do. Get down there and score touchdowns, because that's what it comes down to. Touchdowns win games. So if he has a good unit or a good receiving core around him, I think he'll be great. And honestly, Travis Hunter will look good with Drake May. If Travis Hunter would go down to 4, and I know he not, like I said, whoever get him, they're going to take him off the board early. But if he was to fall down to 4 and they pick up Travis Hunter, I think he would look good on the Patriots. And honestly, the Patriots has history of also picking up great defensive players, from Richard Sherman at DB to, great defensive players. I mean, I think they can do something together.
But that was only because Bill Belichick was there.
Yeah,
he was a great defensive mind, so they always had great defensive players during the Bill Belichick era. I wouldn't be mad at Travis Hunter going over there in New England. It makes sense. I don't know if he's going to be there that long on the draft. I don't know if he's going to end up making it to number 4, but it wouldn't surprise me, and it wouldn't be a bad fit. Like you said, him and Drake May paired up would be great, and then him playing on the defensive side of the ball with the Patriots would be a good look. So I can definitely see that. You know what I'm saying?
I like Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter, the DN.
DN. I think with the coaching that loves defense, I like Abdul Carter to go there for the beef up their defensive line.
Big defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, the Jaguars.
I can't tell you what the Jaguars mean. The Jaguars, first of all, the Jaguars need to change their name from the Jaguars
to the garbage walls. Whatever. The kittens, meow, cats, words, something. Because they...
I mean, the Jaguars is a disappointment, man. That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
They got, who's the quarterback for the Jaguars?
White boy with the blonde hair.
Travis Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. You know what's crazy? He was a number 1 draft pick. He went number 1 his year.
I mean, he had great potential,
and he came out of
they was saying Trevor Lawrence. They were saying Trevor Lawrence was gonna be the next Tom Brady.
He won the bowl.
He was gonna be breaking all type of records, and he was gonna be doing this and doing that. I mean,
bust. He probably one of the biggest quarterback busts in the past couple of years. Because he came out of the same year as what's his name? Joe Burrow. They played against each other in the Super Bowl that he won. In the College Bowl that they won that year. Clemson played against LSU. It was Trevor Lawrence.
They came out the same year?
Yeah.
Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence?
No, it was a year apart. It was a year after. But they played against.
Of course they played in college together. Like they played against each other.
He came the year after he won the bowl.
Hold up.
Trevor Lawrence came the year after they played in the bowl.
I mean, honestly, I don't know what the Jaguars need, bro. Like I couldn't
tell you either. Just like the Giants, they need a lot. They come down to the franchise, maybe rebuild on the top, get some new coaches, get some new staff, and rebuild the team.
Who's the receivers out there?
Couldn't tell you. Oh, no, that's the Panthers. I couldn't even tell you who the receivers is for the Giants. I was about to say Xavier.
We gotta look that up.
I'll tell you right now.
Jaguars. I know the running back is Travis Etienne, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They got Etienne. He's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
So we know their running backs is great.
They got Brian Thomas Jr., the Demai Brown, and Parker Washington.
Brian Thomas Jr. is a great receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's one of the top receivers in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Who's their tight end?
Brenton Strange.
Nah, I gotta have somebody else. Somebody you missing.
Gabe Davis. But
Gabe Davis, the receiver that came from Buffalo?
Yeah.
He the tight end?
No, he had receiver number 2. You said somebody else.
Oh,
somebody else.
No, you said tight end. Let me see.
Nah, Brenton Strange is a tight end. I don't know who that is though. Honestly, they got a whole bunch of them. They got some dude named Zabat. I don't know who half of these players is.
Just because a name don't really mean much, but they need a lot, man. They got a couple of good pieces. Travis Etienne Jr. is a monster. Brian Thomas Jr. is a monster receiver, like,
For sure.
you know what I mean? Even Gabe Davis ain't that bad. Like, he's a wide receiver too, for sure. You know what I mean? He showed us what he could do when he was in Buffalo with what's the name?
With Josh.
For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying?
I know we said we were going to do 5, but I want to get down to the Jets, and they 7, so we're going to do 2. I just want to get down to the Jets. So at number 6, they got the Raiders.
I couldn't tell you. The Raiders just signed and they just signed a quarterback, right? Who they got?
I forgot. I know you're talking about.
I know they
Put 'em up,
released
put 'em up real
Devontae.
quick.
I know they released Devontae Adams.
They just got someone.
It was on the Jets, bro.
He went from the Raiders to the Jets.
Yeah, but that was during the season. They had him.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't fire the head coach, the black dude that was from
I still
Oakland.
he's still going.
The Raiders is another team.
Carter Bailey.
What? That's the quarterback.
They got. I mean, it said Carter Bailey, Aiden O'Connell, and Geno Smith. But at the number 1, they got.
They signed Geno.
Oh, they signed Geno. Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. Yeah, Geno Smith is their number 1. Running back, they got Mozart. Jacoby Myers as they wide receiver 1.
We got Mozart from the Dolphins.
Yep. Trey Tucker as a wide receiver 2, and Kyle Phillips, wide receiver 3. And you know they got Brock Bowers.
They got that tight end. Brock Bowers is a machine.
Honestly, they team don't look that bad.
They don't look that bad.
They don't.
They don't.
When you read it on paper, they don't look like that. You know they still got Max Crosby injured right now.
I mean, it might come down to defense. It might come down to DBs or corners. You know what I'm saying?
I got them getting Mason Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Mason Brown. Add to that defensive line, defensive tackle.
That's what they might need, man.
For sure.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
And get to your boys, man. Talk about your
Jets.
boys.
Nah, they not my boys. I just wanted to see what y'all thought about them and what they need and what they got going on. Aaron Rodgers still there.
No, he not.
He gone. What you talking
I know they let him go, but I'm saying he was still holding on. Like,
he ain't been holding on. He been talking about he gonna make a decision about Pittsburgh. He got Pittsburgh in the chokehold. Talking about he still ain't decided yet. Like, it's over for him and the Jets. I don't know what the Jets gonna do. But the Jets need a quarterback.
Yeah, they need a quarterback too.
Just signed Justin Fields.
They got. I was about to say they got Justin Fields, but
Well, that might be a good look though. I'm a Justin Fields fan to a certain extent. I feel like he just a young quarterback with a lot of talent, and every team that he goes to, they don't put the necessary attention into him to necessarily help him develop into a better quarterback. I mean, even when he got to the Patriots behind Russell Wilson, I mean, I don't think, not the Patriots, the Steelers behind Russell Wilson, I don't think he really had a shot there to really shine, or I don't think they put energy to really teach him to give him a chance to develop into a better quarterback.
I mean, I definitely can't agree with that because when Justin Fields started, I want to say they won their first 4 or 5 games. It was like 4-0, 5-0. I don't know what made the Steelers go from a healthy Justin Fields at either 4-0 or 5-0 to put in Russell Wilson and let him ride out the rest of the season. And he had the first 2-3 games, he was looking good. Then he was looking trash again.
You know, Russell Wilson, he the bigger quarterback. He put that pressure down. That money came talk. You paying me? He had to go.
Yeah, but sometimes, and this is why I'm not a GM, and they get paid all the big bucks because, for me, if Justin Fields got us 4-0 and we winning and we doing the right thing, I gotta stick with him until he show me otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sat him, put in Russell Wilson, and then y'all start using him on trick plays like people don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all put him in on a trick play What was that thing that Miami used to run? The trick play Miami made famous.
I know what you're talking about.
Damn, I forgot what they called it, man.
He toss the ball back and the quarterback catch it and they throw. Yeah, I know that.
I forgot. But like that's what they was using.
They had him. They
So
had
when
him
they
talking
see-
about
when
is he going to
everybody's-
return field goals and shit.
When everybody see him line up at quarterback, they know it's a quarterback run.
That's a fact.
And they had him talking about kick returns. They had him talking about returning kick returns. That's why I'm like, yo, there's no way you could have a
But now,
young talented quarterback like that. And you got him talking about all about the return kick returns.
and now the
shit's
question
crazy.
is, at number 7, right? Me and Ace both got Shador still available. Do the Jets pick up Shador? Do they need a quarterback, or do they go another route? Like, what do you do as the GM at number 7? Shador still there, and you the Jets pick.
Honestly, I take Shador. I take Shador if I'm the Jets GM. But like I said, I've been doing reading separate from today's conversation. I've been doing reading on Shador because I just find it crazy that you're a legacy and things is just so negative for you right now. When you're reading on it, it's honestly everybody has something to say with his attitude and the energy that they feel like he's going to bring towards the team. And when I think about that in a quarterback, I think that is probably the worst that you could be. It's not like you a DB where you could be the cockiest, toughest dude. Talk that shit like your pops and you out there to go ring next. Nah, you're a quarterback, so you have to have not only leadership, but you also have to show that you can also rely on other people, that you can stand with a team. And I don't see him as a team player. He looked like he ready to go in there, sign the biggest contract to go throw the ball for what he can. And we all know you could be the best college player in the world, but when you get behind them, like you put your pride to the side, and you get with the program. And I
don't think that's gonna affect them. I think some of the articles that I read is that a lot of teams is hesitating about getting them because there's good and bad that comes with Dion. I think a lot of teams are saying that when it comes down to it, he's gonna listen to Dion before he even listens to his head coach. See what I'm saying?
for sure.
So if Dion is mentoring you and Dion is telling you what to do when you get in the pocket and do this and do that, and your coach is saying do something else, there's going to be a conflict of interest. So a lot of teams is looking at it and say, is there going to be a conflict with the head coach and Dion where Shakur, all his life, he's been listening to his dad as his dad and his coach. You see what I'm saying? And now for the first time in his career, he got to be able to park that line and say, now I got a head coach that's not my dad that I kind of got to listen to because that's the team right
I agree, but I don't agree at the same time. Dion just signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Colorado. Like, he going to be doing his own thing, coaching
what that got to
his
do with
own school. I mean, when you out there and you with your team, let's say he gets signed to the Giants and nigga, your son is in there.
Yeah, but we're not talking about play-by-play on the line. We talking about during the season, like ain't nothing to get on a call.
No, of course,
ain't nothing for Dion to get on a jet.
Of course not. Of course not.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course not. But that's what I'm saying. It's even down to that. What you think gonna happen? Like say he do get signed and he won't listen to his pop, so that's even a topic of discussion. There's gonna be certain people that treat him negatively or look at him negatively. Like I'm not messing with that guy because of how he act with his pops, and it's just gonna bring a whole lot of negative chemistry to the team. So I think as a GM, just him being in the spotlight with his pops.
Answer the question. You number 7 at the Jets. Do you take Shakur or you don't?
I take him. I said that at first. I said I'd take him at first. It's a hard thing to.
You said all that negativity. You taking him
Because it's just that you need somebody. I mean, fill in the spot, but be wary. Like.
I mean, sometimes it's really about selling tickets. One thing about Shador, he gonna sell tickets.
For sure.
Whatever team get him, he gonna bring a crowd. He gonna sell tickets. That home team or that home fan base is gonna think he the best thing since Tom Brady that happened to the NFL.
Facts.
You know what I mean? For whatever amount of time, unless he just totally fuck up, we know that ticket sales for that team is gonna skyrocket. We can guarantee that if we don't guarantee nothing else.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And the Jets is a good market.
Yeah, nah, the Jets definitely they got everything they need in terms of coaching and staffing to have a good team and just getting the right pieces and putting the pieces together. And they were doing a good job at first. I don't know what happened.
You know what happened? Aaron Rodgers happened.
Facts.
You don't know what happened. You know what happened? Aaron Rodgers happened, bro. Well, Rob, they let Aaron Rodgers come in and start firing and hiring and doing all type of craziness, bro.
That is true.
That's probably why he don't know where he gonna go next, because you know Pittsburgh ain't having that shit. He ain't going into Pittsburgh talking about he don't get along with Tomlin. He trying to bring in his own people and these receivers and that receivers.
He might go the backup route for another couple of seasons.
He ain't going no backup.
You never know, niggas.
Aaron Rodgers is retired before his probably going 2 years.
Niggas probably got gambling problems.
He's not going to no backup, man. He'll retire before he go in as a backup.
But that's what I'm trying to say. That's what he needed to do. He should have been out there. I wouldn't even want. If I was Aaron Rodgers, I would never went to the Jets. I would have retired before even going to the Jets. I would have left with a good legacy.
That nigga went and ate that funny peyote. Came back and said, "Joe, back in a better." Facts. But go ahead, Dylan, get the people your social media, man.
Again, Born Sinner, man. BORN _ Sinner. You know, SINXER. Follow me, man. You know.
Facts. Ace, where you at with it, Ace?
You already know Ace Lombardi, man. Follow me on IG. You know what it is.
You already know, man. And it's your boy Shooter. I'm at TreeCulture _studios and at TreeCulture, man. And y'all tuned in to TreeCulture Sports Talk Radio. We with the